Hi, I'm Izzy and welcome to God's Amazing Animals here at Pennywell Farm.
God's amazing animals. God's amazing animals. They're big, they're small, they're short and tall. On land, in sea, the air, they're everywhere. God's amazing animals. God's amazing animals.
So on today's episode, we're going to be looking at some small fluffy animals whose name begins with a F sound. Ferrets! Hi Chris, so who do we have here?
Well, we've got here something very different. We've got a carnivore. It's not really a farm animal, but they have an important role to play on farms. It's a ferret. And ferrets are descended from the pine marten, which runs wild in the woods.
Right.
And also the polecat. Now, what's interesting about a ferret too is they're very, very supple. You can fold them up like this. You can bend them over like that. You can bend them sideways,
Can.
like that.
Very bendy.
But that is so that when they're down a hole or in a pickle, they can turn round and get out again.
That's very clever.
They have very, very sharp teeth, which I can try to show you, and that's because they're carnivores, in other words, they're meat eaters.
Aha.
If you feel him, he's got lovely skin.
Yeah, very soft.
The other thing about a ferret is they can, this isn't too bad,
Oh, yeah.
have a bit of a smell,
A little bit smelly.
but male ferrets smell very strong.
Ah.
Yes. Eau de ferret is not very pleasant. Ferrets can be jolly useful because if you take the ferret poo, you can put it in a watering can, mix it up with some water,
Yeah.
spray it around your garden, that'll keep the rabbits away.
So are ferrets good as pets, Chris?
They make wonderful pets because they don't take up lots of room, they don't need lots of exercise, they can also very, very friendly.
They are.
If you've got rats or mice in your house, you won't have any rats or mice, they're jolly useful. What's more, if it's a cold day, you just pop one in your pocket, they fold it up, they're lovely pets.
Now, Chris, this ferret's a different colour. Who's this?
I just gave him a hair wash. No, this is a different ferret. This is actually Fiona, and she's a polecat ferret. The other one's a Fitch ferret, and also you'll notice she's an albino. Look at her eyes.
She's got red eyes, isn't she?
She's got red eyes, yes, very
Wow.
different.
So what do ferrets like to eat, Chris?
They are carnivores, so they like to eat meat.
They do.
So we feed our ferrets dog food, actually.
Oh, wow.
Or you can give them special dried pellets like you do dried cat food, so you eat dried cat food as well.
Yeah.
What might amaze you is a male ferret's called a Jack,
Yeah.
or a dog,
Right.
and a female ferret's called a Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill, there you are, yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Chris. Now it's time for the God's Amazing Animals quiz about ferrets.
How big is a ferret? Is it A, the size of a tree, B, the size of your arm, or C, the size of a baked bean? That's right, it's roughly the size of your arm. Are you ready for the next question? Can you spot what's missing off this ferret? That's right, well done. It's missing its nose.
That's the end of today's episode. Join us next time with God's Amazing Animals. Bye!